Ever wondered why the Department of Finance, not Digital Transformation or Social Services, is running Australia's digital ID and proposed trust exchange system? Because at the end of the day, it all comes back to money, and whoever controls the funding and the framework controls the rules. The Digital ID Act 2024 puts finance in charge of accreditation, standards, and any spending for a potential trust exchange system. This is the rails every bank, telco, and service will ride on when this comes into practice. The proposed trust exchange will link your MyGov wallet to organisations through QR or tap to verify. You share a credential like over 18 instead of your whole ID. Now it sounds really private, right? But if we look into the back end, it still logs who, when and where you verified. And now if we start to connect the dots with this, with some of the other content that we've been speaking into, finance is also co-leading the RBA's token money research, the CBDC wholesale pilot project Acacia, which ties identity rails to money rails, and you start to get compliance by design. If we add to that fuel networks centralising under corporate chains, starting to see digital pay-to-pump systems already rolling out, we're starting to see loyalty and reward programs getting put into those spaces as well. We're seeing a lot less privately owned fuel stations, digital health records and telehealth tied to your MyGov credentials, and then also Southpan, satellite navigation system, creating precise location infrastructure across Australia and New Zealand. And now we throw all of these things together and they start to form a technocratic mesh. Identity, money, mobility and health all interlocked through shared data and access control. When everything runs through the same identity and finance rails, you start to see a lot of hidden dangers. A system outage becomes a national lockout. Private vendors and cloud providers start to hold all of the keys and your data. Risk tiers and metadata can evolve into behavioural scoring like we've seen in China already with their social credit system. And voluntary can quietly shift to mandatory when it becomes the only door left open like we've seen in India with their Aadhaar card. You start to put all of these pieces together and you start to see why the finance department is the ones pushing for digital ID. Now they may run the digital ID system, but we as the public get to decide the boundaries. So push your MPs to ask for transparency logs, offline alternatives and independent oversight. Because if identity plus money plus services plus infrastructure all merge under one department, the question isn't who are you, it becomes who owns you. There is a very good reason these departments are supposed to stay isolated and keep each other accountable rather than coming under one banner.